Hey, welcome to another episode of Cars, Golf, and Cigars. I'm your man, Kadon Sterling, and I just had to come make this short episode for the people that actually have enjoyed my episodes when we talk about what's going on in sports, as long as we're having a cigar conversation. Stay right there. We're going to talk all about this Spence and Crawford fight last night. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cars, Golf, and Cigars. Listen, first things first, let me thank everybody for watching my channel, watching my episodes, telling other people about my episodes, telling other people about my channel. Don't forget, we got MOGUL Talk one-on-one. Also, go subscribe to that. We got This Is Life one-on-one. Go subscribe to that. And absolutely hit the like button and share the content with everybody you know that you feel would appreciate it. Because the bottom line is it does help the channel. It helps the channel grow. And if you enjoy it, don't be selfish. Let somebody else enjoy it with you. So if you dig what I'm doing, hey, you need to see this dude, Kadon Sterling. You need to see what he's got going on. You need to watch Cars, Golf, and Cigars. You need to watch Mogul Talk one-on-one for all my entrepreneurs. And to be inspired, you need to watch This Is Life one-on-one. All right? Now, let's get to why we're here. Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Texas, Dallas, Omaha, Nebraska. It couldn't be more different. This was set up to be the fight of the year. Some people overhyped it and they was calling it the fight of the century. It was not. It was not. Was it Hearns and Hagler? No. Was it Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns? No. Was it anything from the 80s? No. But was it damn good boxing? Yes. And before anybody else brings it up, I'm going to bring it up. Should they do a rematch? I'll talk about that towards the end of this episode. Now, first thing I want to do, absolutely, is give props to Errol Spence Jr. Salute him and give him his respect as a champion and as a man. Because the bottom line is, he did what you're supposed to do. Do not make excuses for your shortcomings. The better man won that night. And you got to give it to him. You didn't just lose, like, technically. He beat you. Beat you up. Beat you up. He manhandled him. He outboxed him. He beat him up. That was a bully, beating up somebody, but smartly. Now, where you first lose a fight at, it's not even in the ring. Where you first lose a fight at is in your head. And if anybody watched last night and you go to the footage, look at them in the locker rooms. Errol did not look like the Errol Spence Jr. that we know. And I'm a big fan of his. I like watching him fight. That fight with him and Sean Porter, to me, that was the fight of the year then. That was a great fight. And I've seen him come back from getting touched. Sean Porter made it hard on him. He brought fire to Errol Spence Jr. And Errol came back and won that fight. Like a dog. That's when I was like, this kid is different. He's not just oh, he can box, he can throw a jab, he knows how to defend. No, he has dog in him. That's when I seen the dog in Errol Spence Jr. There was no dog in Errol Spence Jr. last night. None. A lot of heart. Can't take that from him. He ain't no punk. No, sir. He was raised right. He was raised right. If the ref didn't stop, he wouldn't have stopped. He was going to go out. He was going to get knocked out, but he was going to go out till he got knocked out. And I respect that. I know some people think it's barbaric or this. I respect that. Because you made a command decision with your life saying, bro, the only way you're going to beat me, you're going to have to kill me. Even if I'm losing, I'm going to still, if I can stand up on my ones and my twos, I'm standing. But the ref did the right thing because nobody wants to see none of these athletes get permanently damaged. But Errol lost that fight in his head before he even stepped into that ring. That was not Errol Spence Jr. that we know. Whatever was going on in his head stayed there, and it didn't leave. All you got to do is look at the footage. Look at Terrence Crawford while he's wrapping his hands. He is so zoned in, he is so tapped in to what's going on and what has to be done, and he has already made up his mind that there's no way in the world I'm leaving here without that other belt. I'm not leaving here without unifying. I'm not leaving here with a loss tonight because the world think this might go to a draw, and this is my opportunity to get to the other side of boxing where they can't deny me no more. They got to start giving me the real big checks. We got to start talking different now. Now I'm a commercial. Now I'm a commodity. He saw it, and he fought for it, and he had it in his head, and he was quiet and focused, and he never got off his square when it came to that. When he stepped into that ring last night, he was tapped in. He was zoned. He was zoned. Errol was not zoned, man. He wasn't tapped into that fight last night, man. I'm not saying, he trained his ass off for it, but he was not tapped into that. Something was going on in his head first because he was getting hit with stuff he never would get hit with. And not taking nothing away from Terrence. Terrence is that good. But both of them have defensive instincts that's incredible. Now, after the first round, which is the only round that he won the fight, that he won a round in the fight, Errol Spence Jr. After that first round, it was over. That second round, his shorts hit the canvas for the first time in this man's professional life. He's never even been knocked down before. Never. Not in professional boxing. So, he was shocked. I don't think he was hurt, but I think he was shocked. That jab, that shotgun jab that Terrence has, it's like a 12 gauge. That jab is mean and vicious, bro. And he didn't even catch him on the face or the chin. He hit him on the side of his neck. And it made him just go backwards, and he had to sit down. I'm not thinking he was hurt. I don't think he was hurt, but he was absolutely shocked. And when you shocked, that says something. But even with that, the third round, he put up a fight because he knew he lost that round. So he put up a fight in that third round. It wasn't a good one, though. What we saw yesterday was a couple of things because I don't want to keep y'all too long. What we saw last night, was one, a boxing class put on by Terrence Crawford. That was a boxing class. It showed exactly how you're supposed to be as a professional prize fighter boxer that's zoned in. Discipline, patience, and aggression. And Terrence Bud Crawford showed all of those things to the fullest. He was patient, he was disciplined, and he was a dog. And he put on a class. I've never seen Errol Spence Jr. hurt like that. Never seen him bleeding from his nose, his mouth, his face is red like the carpet in my damn Corvette. I've never seen this dude touched up like that. He got hit with some great shots that would have ended the fight with a lot of other people early. You know, I'm surprised it went to the 9th round. After the 4th, 5th round, I was like, it's done. It's done. The only thing Errol could do if he's smart is dance a little bit, become defensive, and try to take this out as far out as he can go to the 12th and try to win on points. Now you realize something, because one thing I think Errol realized after the 3rd round, he couldn't hurt him. He couldn't hurt him. Crawford is strong, man. He was so much stronger than him. Physically stronger than him. He could not hurt him. No matter what he touched him with, he could not hurt him. He caught him with a body shot here, a body shot there. Might have caught him with 2 good hooks the whole fight. Those hooks would have touched somebody else, it would have turned the fight around. He could not hurt Terrence Crawford with anything he had. And once he knew that, I think he knew he was out of that fight. I think he really sat on the stool and was like, I can't beat this guy. And it starts here first, because anybody can get beat. But I think once he realized in his head, I can't beat this guy. The only thing you could do is keep going out there every round and just try your best to survive. Because that's what he was doing after a while. He was just trying to survive. Because he was getting flushed with good shots and not even like lucky shots. No, timed precise. Like one thing Errol said, my timing was off tonight. His timing was on. But my timing was completely off. He's right. He's right. Now, I'm going to go to something real quick, too. Let me be honest with you. I never liked him as a boxer. Never. But I had to respect him because he beat my dog, Roy Jones Jr., twice. And he's great for boxing commentary. And I think he should definitely have a position somewhere because, honestly, he knows what he's talking about. Antonio Tarver. Antonio Tarver said something last night after the fight that was actually very, very made you go, He said, there's no reason why Errol should have came into this fight the way he did, especially when you got Trainer of the Year in your corner. That man is Trainer of the Year, then there's no reason why you shouldn't have been ready for this fight. Because he was not ready for this fight. Not physically saying, mentally, strategically, whatever they talked about doing, they didn't do none of that. Tarver had a point. And I'm not knocking his trainer because his trainer been with him from day one since he was a kid. And his trainer actually helped him become champion and helped him build his career. So I'm not knocking him. I'm not saying the guy don't know what he's talking about. I'm not knocking him. But yeah, that does make you look kind of like, my man, what's going on with you? Because the stuff that he was telling him in the corner, I was like, what are you talking about? Tell him the truth. Plan B, C, and D. We got to go to a new strategy, bro. This ain't working. Did you see how your ass got hit just a second ago? Don't do that no more. Now, let's go back to what we practice, ducking. Let's start ducking. Because whatever. No. Tell him the truth. You need 2 rounds of just points. Don't fight this man. He actually told him in the corner, I'm going to need you to go fight him. No, that's not what you needed him to do. You needed him to get his confidence back. He needed at least 2 rounds that he could win strictly on points. Just 2 rounds. That would have brought something back in him. That would have put a spark in him. That would have put him back in the game. If you know if it's 5 rounds go by and you got 3 of them, the fight is damn near way halfway. That gives him enough time to go, let me rethink, let me restructure, let me re-strategize, because the other way I'm trying to go about this ain't working. I'm getting twisted right now. Tarver had a point. He had a point when he said that. I had to really go, if you're going to have somebody in your corner, make sure they know what they're talking about. Because at that moment in time, I think the confidence of his trainer, that they went in there thinking that this was going to be an easy breezy, his trainer should have been like, scratch everything we said. We got to go to the other plan. Because we got to go to 12 to have a chance to win this fight. You don't got to get a knockout to win in boxing. You got to just win by points. If the knockout come, great. But that ain't necessary. So to me, Errol should have been like, right now, I can't hurt him, but I can try to outbox him. But he couldn't do that either. Terrence was too zoned in. Terrence was zoned in. His footwork, his patience, his timing, his eye contact with Errol. He could have ended it earlier than that. If he really wanted to, he could have took Errol out in the 4th or 5th round. You saw it. It's a difference when you know you can't hurt the guy you fighting, but when the guy you fighting know you can't hurt him, whoa. Salute to Terrence Bud Crawford. Because the bottom line is he made it look easy. He did. He didn't look like he was even in a fight when the fight was over. He made it look easy. And that was not supposed to be easy. That was supposed to be the brawl of the year. Both men were supposed to be on them stools, breathing in deep breaths, wondering if they can make it to the next round. That's what people was paying for. That's what the $90 pay-per-view was for. But it was still a great situation to watch. But now let's get into the, should they do the rematch? Because the loser, through the contract, had the right to put the rematch out there. If he want to put the clause in, whoever loses has a right to say, before you fight anybody, run that back. Let's get it. So Errol has the right to say that. Now, last night when he was asked about it in the ring, he said, hell yeah, we gonna do it again. That's what he said. And I believe in his heart he would do it again, because the kid got heart. He got heart, man. He got dog in him. He just went against a bigger dog last night. A meaner dog. That's all it was. But he got heart and he got dog in him. Do I think they should do the rematch? I say yes. Only because I do believe people want to see it. And I think Errol has earned a chance to do it again. Now, they both probably want to go up to 154. I don't think they want to stay at 147. I can't see nobody at 147 beating Terrence Crawford. Nobody. I can't see not one person in that division taking those belts away from him. I can't see it. I just can't see it. At 154, I think the competition would open up a lot more. But I do think if they do 154, I really do think it would be better for Errol. I think it would be better for him. That little bit of weight would help him. Strength conditioning. But he got to go someplace else in his mind. Because Terrence Crawford proved to the world last night he's nothing to play with. He's been proving it, but last night he really wrote his name in stone. Like, I'm not the one to play with. This is going to be bad for you. I don't care who you are. It's going to be bad for you. I'm not him. He proved that last night, no question. But is it good business? I think it'd be good business. But Antonio Tarver, once again, he said it last night. I didn't see nothing to make me say Errol should get a rematch. Rematch for what? Rematch for what? You got to do something amazing to make the fight close to say you want a rematch. It wasn't close. It wasn't a situation where people can go, maybe he had a chance. No. Terrence Crawford took away Errol's chances after that third round, fourth. There was no way Errol was going to win that fight. Not fighting the way he was. And not fighting the way he was and hitting Crawford. And Errol Spence can hit. But he didn't have no oomph on his body. He had no stick to his punches he had nothing to hurt that man last night. And I was so shocked with even his punching ability. I was like, yo, he hits harder than that. What's going on? He had nothing on his hook. He had nothing on his he had like maybe 3-5 good jabs that was solid points. That I was like, that's a good jab. That's a scientifically perfect jab. But besides that, the body blows, okay, a couple of hooks to the body, but he had no viciousness in him last night. And he was trying. That round that he got hurt, that the ref stopped, but he got hurt only because he actually opened himself up to throw major punches. He opened himself up to the fight to say, I'm going to throw these punches. But he opened himself up and got caught with heavier blows than he was throwing. Because that's a chance you take. When you throw a punch, you might get punched. And if you watch the fight, Terrence Crawford boxing skills was so amazing that he was blocking the punches with one hand and jabbing with the same hand after he blocked the punch. I was like, oh, this kid is... That was scientific boss. That was ridiculous, man. So I would want to see Errol get the opportunity. He's going to 154 regardless. I know he's not going to stay at 147. And I think he's going to come back. This is only his first loss. He's going to come back, and I think he is going to take a belt from somebody when he does. But it's going to take a lot of mental preparation more than even, not just the physical, but the mental preparation. Because like I said, I believe he lost that fight in the locker room, man. I do. And it's your trainer's responsibility to know your boxer mentally and physically. I really do believe that. And I think his trainer, don't want to take nothing from him, but I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I think his trainer was not giving him the best advice in that corner. But only thing you could do is give that man advice. You can't make that advice come to fruition because you're not the one throwing the punches. But you got to be his ears. You got to be his eyes. You got to see the ring more than he sees. You got to be all those things. So when he come back, you got to be that computer that he can download that information from and be like, listen, don't do what you doing because that ain't working. New plan. You know what I'm saying? So either way, thank y'all again. This is Cars, Golf, and Cigars. I'm your man, Kadon Sterling. I just want to make sure I talk to y'all about that situation last night. All right? And don't forget my very pride and joy of a business. FA Auto Brokerage Firm. Altogether.com. FA Auto Brokerage Firm. Altogether. We have opened up and started our auto brokerage firm company, Fearless Ambition Auto Brokerage Firm. And I'm excited. It's a auto brokerage firm that is made, designed, developed, and created for the car enthusiast. I'm not here to just broker any car, and no disrespect to any car, any manufacturer. I'm here to deal with the collectors. I'm here to deal with the enthusiasts. I'm here to deal with the people that they don't want just any car. They want that car, the one they've always wanted. The one they always had a need for that made them feel completed, but maybe they couldn't get it when they was younger. But now they got a little bit of time on their hands, they got some maturity, and they got some money. And they want to see what they want to see in their driveway or in their garage and be like, that's my car. I want to be the person to help you get that. That's what I'm here for. All day long. Classic cool cars and high performance and high luxury vehicles. It's a standard when it comes to being a car enthusiast. And I want to help people live their standard. Thank you so much. My name is Kadon Sterling. Thank y'all for watching.